Hey there, so today what I wanted to go over was the foundation. The foundations can be pretty tricky. Getting the right color, matching your undertone is the first step, of course, and getting one that suits your particular skin needs is the next step. Those are definitely important topics, but they're topics for a different video, because today what I wanted to go over was how to apply your liquid foundation if that's what you're choosing to use. Now I've started with my primer. I cleanse my face, moisturize, let all of the moisturizer dry, put the primer on my face, and I use the Glorious Face and Eye Primer from Younique. I love this stuff. It dries to a nice silky finish. It really does provide a good base for your foundation and the rest of your makeup. And then on top of that, I used Too Faced's Shadow Insurance Eyeshadow Eye Primer. I typically don't use that, but I got it as a free sample, so I thought I'd give it a try. And I let the primer and everything dry. Okay. So then the next step is color correction. If you have any dark circles under your eyes, or red spots, or discoloration on your face that you want to cover up, that's the next step. So for right now, I'm using NYX Dark Circle Concealer. I have another thing that I'm going to try soon, but this is what I'm using for the moment. And I'm using this for the dark circles under my eyes. Now when you use this, I'm using a brush, a concealer brush. You just want to get into the spots that are dark. You don't want to make a big smeary mess out of this. And you don't want to swipe it on either. You want to press and kind of roll the brush so that you're pressing this into the skin. And I know that that seems a little bit gross. This makeup is going to get into your skin and into your pores anyway, and that is why, number one, we use the primer to help smooth all that out, so maybe it won't get in there as bad. But you also want to use good quality products, things that are made from natural products, minerals, or non-toxic, non-harmful. Now we have that with Younique. They are non-toxic, not harmful, mineral products that are good for the skin, actually. But can you see the difference between this eye now and this one, where this dark circle is fairly well covered up? And I want to make sure to get into that line because I have bags as well. But I don't want to take this below the line. And I do want to press it kind of up into the area right under my eye, because I have darkness under here and discoloration. Okay. So now we'll do this eye. Same thing. And we start in that corner there. And we want to bring this down and press it into the dark circle area. Now this is a salmon color. The other color that I'm going to try is a yellow. I will try that later, but this is what I have right now, and it is by NYX, and it's only $5, so I've been giving it a try, and it does an okay job. I think that either my techniques or products or the combination of the two could do better, so I'm still working on that. And I want to put this into that dark dip right there and press it in. Now you don't want to work too hard, press too hard under your eyes, because that is the most sensitive area on your face. And then I'm just going to use my ring finger and kind of press it in a little bit more. I also use this in that little dark divoty spot right there. And I try to crunch my face so I can really see that dark spot. And then I have the little crinkle face lines there. So I want to crinkle them to make them kind of stand out so that I can press this in. Okay. And we don't want to smear the product around, we want to press it in. So I think I'm done with that for the moment. The next thing I'm going to go to is concealer, and I'm using the Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer by Younique. This is a really good formula. It's not super thin. I have another concealer that I use off and on as well, but I'm liking this one quite a bit. It doesn't seem to crease on me. It's not too cakey, and I'm using it on my hand, and I'm going to put it on my concealer brush here again. And, let's get rid of that. And I am going to take this and dot it down and make a little kind of a check mark right below and bring it up to the side. With your concealer, you want to bring it up to the side because then that gives you the lift. Okay, and you want to bring it down so that you don't get the kind of panda eyes or reverse raccoon eyes. Okay. There is a difference. It does make a big difference when you bring it down like that and make a little check mark and go up. And I'm just going to put a little bit on top. I'm just going to tap it on. Tap that there. And straight down my nose. Now I have a red nose in the corners here. And of course I have a red chin. And then we want to balance this by bringing it up into this little Y here. And as I do this, I'm actually tapping and kind of pressing. Now, my beauty buds, I need new ones. They're pretty well worn and used and such. But I do spray them with a disinfectant spray. There is a reason for using these versus your fingers. With your fingers, you're just spreading this around on your face. When you use one of these, and alternatively, you can go and get these for like $3 or $4 for like 25 or 50 of them, however many it comes in a package. Just a little cosmetic wedges. This one has 32, and I don't remember what it costs. I probably got it at Walgreens or Walmart or something. You can use either one. These are a little bit better, and there is a tapping motion that you can do that most people do, but if you really want to make sure that it's smooth, a good smooth application that's not going to cake on your face, you want to kind of do this press and roll motion. Gently under your eyes, and it's not dampening. And mine's falling apart because I've had it for way too long. Like 4 months is probably, 3-4 months is probably the maximum amount of time. But they do make a big difference in your application. They're designed to press and roll the product so that it presses into your skin and holds there. It doesn't lay on top of your skin and just cause that cakiness, you know, that we all hate. But you see how that's pressing that into the skin? And then you can get right into the corner of the nose too with the little corner. We're going to do the same thing with the foundation. We're going to do that press and roll motion with the Beauty Blender. And today I'm going to use, I have my Younique foundation on its way, and I definitely prefer that because it does not leave me feeling cakey at all. But until it gets here today, I'm going to use this one. It is L'Oreal's Visible Lift, number 148. I can't read what it says on there. And I use the back of my hand as a palette. Okay. And then I'm going to take that and just tap it around. I'm going to start down here because my forehead's a pain in the butt with the hair. And then again, I'm going to spray this with my disinfectant spray. And we're going to do that same tap and roll motion to press the makeup in and smooth it out. So that the point is up. And this will give you a bit more of a sheer coverage, depending on your foundation, of course. But you'll get a lot smoother of an application. And we're going to go get pulled pork burritos at Hot Heads.
Did you know Father's Day is just around the corner? Shutterfly makes it easy to create specially made gifts that he will appreciate every day. Show Dad how much you care with a personalized photo book.
But you can see how it actually smooths that foundation out, and it doesn't lay on top of your skin and sit there and get ready to cake up when you set it. Okay. And I just kind of tap, and then I'm going to go back around because I'm getting ready to set everything. And I'm just going to make sure it's nice and smooth. And because I have these wrinkles, I tend to do this on purpose when I'm applying makeup so that it gets into those little crevices and covers them up some or smooths them out some. There's a lot more we could do with that with concealer and stuff, but I'm not going to get into that right now. My point today is to get a nice smooth application of foundation. Nice and smooth. Okay, so I'm making sure that that's good and smooth, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my setting powder. Now I'm going to get a different setting powder soon, but for now I'm using Bare Minerals, and it is tinted just a little bit. I don't know the color because I got it so long ago. And I'm just going to use my deluxe brush from Younique, and I'm going to gently tap it over the eye area. Tap it where I put concealer over the eyes. Okay. Because this is not going to stay tapped on like this. This is where we put the concealer. And then I'm going to take my big fluffy, generic fluffy brush. I don't know where this is from. It's just a big generic kind of fluffy brush. And gently smooth it in. And that's where we put the concealer. And what this will do is help keep your concealer from shifting around and creasing during the day. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this big fluffy brush here and dip it into the powder. And we want to tap the excess off. You don't want a ton of powder on there. Too much powder, see that coming off of there? Too much of that powder will give you that caked look. And we're just going to start to gently put that on to set your foundation. Okay. When I'm setting my foundation, you want to end with a downward motion so that all your little hairs on your face are pressed down. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back over that with our sponge. You can, if you want, add a little bit more of that finishing powder to it, like, you know, but you want to kind of smooth it and tap it a little bit. And this is buffing. This is buffing that into your skin here. Okay. So that's also buffing the setting powder in. To give you that nice, smooth, flawless, airbrushed look. That's where you're going to get the airbrushed look from. Is just pressing this in and setting everything with the powder. So if you want that airbrushed, flawless look, you definitely need to use some sort of blending bud or beauty blender. These are a little bit harder to roll, press and roll, but you can do it. You can kind of bend it and, you know, just bend it back on itself and just kind of press and roll. It can be done. And then just look at your face in the mirror. Oh, shoot. And look and see if you have any extra powdery spots. And just blend those in. And you can use your spray. You can use rose water, disinfectant. Not like a harsh disinfectant. I use a 2-ounce spray that I make using Thieves essential oil, water, and salt. The salt helps the oil and the water mix together. So, very inexpensive, and it's a disinfectant, and it's good for your skin. It's not something that's going to be harsh, a harsh chemical. You have to think about what you're putting on your skin. Harsh chemicals absorb into your skin and into your body and into your system. Nobody needs that. So everything you put on here is absorbing. So when I add the Thieves essential oil, that's absorbing into the skin, and it's got some good healing properties to it. So that's how to get that flawless, airbrushed, finished look. I'm sure you've seen some of my videos where it looks cakey. It's because I didn't follow these steps. I didn't use the beauty blender. I didn't do the buffing after I even set with the powder. So going back over and buffing with the powder with a damp, very lightly damp, not sopping wet or anything, but just barely damp beauty blender. And smoothing it in like this. That's where you're going to get that gorgeous, flawless look. And it won't even look like you're wearing makeup. We all want that, right? We want to look naturally gorgeous. We have flawless, beautiful skin without wearing a darn thing, right? So if you have any questions about these techniques or any of the products I use, let me know. I will say that yes, this is a good foundation. The Maybelline Fit Me is a good foundation, but this one had a little bit of a shimmer to it, and it could have been the technique I was using, but it had a weird look to it. I will show you again sometime. For me and my skin and my techniques, it just didn't work out real well. I will have organza in the Liquid Touch foundation coming in this week. Yay! I ran out of velour. Velour, I think, was the wrong color. At least I think I'm out of it. It's pretty bone dry in there, and I'm not getting any more out, so yeah. But this here is the best foundation I have used. And I'm not saying that just because because I'm a Younique presenter. I do love this foundation. Their primer is excellent. So, but that's the foundation techniques to get that airbrushed look where you don't look like you're powdery and cakey all over the place. Okay? If you have any questions, just let me know.